One more time, this is Dr. Ghulam Buriro, Assistant Professor, Institute of English Language and Literature, University of St. Jamshoro. I extend warm thanks for listening to me all the while. Every time I appear on, I'm featured on Khudi Talks. Today, we're going to talk about how we can improve English language speaking skills. Well, many times most of us get stuck. We say, all right, there's a lot of things in our head, but they just don't come down to our mouth and don't roll out of our tongue. Amazing. This is true. After the fear of death, even some researchers say that the fear of public speaking is much higher than even fear of death. Yes, we live in a culture, in a kind of society where the voices are suppressed, where our voices are repressed. It's not just speaking English. Even when we get to speak our own national language, which is Urdu, or our own provincial language, which is Sindhi, most of the time you might have seen that there are power structures. And these power structures do not let us float our voice. They do not let us speak. Speaking is something which is not really encouraged in a society. So what to talk about speaking in a foreign language? But we surely can, and we must, because this is the need of the time, it's the need of the hour. Without learning to speak English language, we really cannot take our wings. We cannot take flight in our life. We cannot progress, we cannot develop, we cannot move around. We cannot interact with this world because it's an international lingua franca. So I'll give you some quick tips. Tip number one is that please start listening. Those of us who cannot listen, who do not listen, those of us who do not go for extensive listening cannot really speak much, because we cannot pour out water from a jug which is empty. An empty jug and empty thermos can never pour out water. Similarly, don't we listen? Listening is something that's an input exercise, because there are 4 skills, right, in English. All of us know, and you must also be knowing it. One is naturally listening, speaking. Another is writing, reading and writing. So 2 of them are receptive skills and 2 of them are productive skills. Listening and reading are receptive skills, whereas speaking and writing are productive skills. We cannot write unless we read, and we cannot speak unless we listen. So if we listen this much, I would like you to draw your attention to my hands. Look, if we listen this much, we'll be able to speak this much. Because initially we need to accumulate a lot of vocab. And what exactly, how can we listen? There's BBC Care 4, and there are hundreds and hundreds of different channels, YouTube channels, all different websites, all different apps available in the world. And those websites can be used for listening, right? And I will share some of them with you. I'll tell you the names, so that right from this moment, after my video is done, you're done with hearing me out, you please start searching those websites. Let me share those websites with you. These are applications which are downloadable, which are usable. They're free of cost. One of them is Preply. I spell it out, Preply. So what does it do? It allows you a rich contact with native speakers all around the world. So many of native speakers are available on this app. And the moment you start using this app, you fall into contact with hundreds of native speakers, and you get the practice English language speaking with those native speakers. Next is Andy, A-N-D-Y. Now, what does it do? It's a chatbot. And what do I exactly mean by chatbot? Maybe it's a new word for you. Chatbot is a robot. It's not just one robot. Many of robots are available on this app. And you can practice English speaking with that robot as if he were a live person. You can talk and he can reply. You can talk, he can talk back to you. Another such app is Mondi, which we spell as M-O-N-D-Y. And this one is, it gives you feedback. It's a speech technology. You can talk to it and you can then quickly get your feedback. There are certain instructors and teachers sitting across, and you can say, all right, I'm speaking English. Can you please look at my pronunciation? Can you see if I pronounce the words correctly? Can you look at my accent? How can you give me certain tips whereupon I can improve my accent? And that ready evaluative feedback is available free of cost. And you can use as much amount to get feedback. If you want to record your voice, if you want to talk and say, some people should evaluate your speech and tell you certain aspects of your speaking and could also impart you some advice. Yes, this is the best app that you can use, Mondi. Another one is Ela. Ela is actually a voice recognition software. Now, the moment you talk to Ela, it tells you how you can modulate your voice. So, my dear friends, listening is the most important thing. And when you listen to the native speakers, when you listen to a video which you are actually using on your YouTube channel, what you get to see, you are actually getting the natural expression. The spoken English used by natives in a natural way, in a natural setting, in a natural manner. And next, you also get access to the right kind of pronunciation, the way words are pronounced by the native speakers. And you also get rich expression, the way they speak their language, the idiomatic expressions. So this native contact, followed by listening, or listening complemented by native contact, are two very important instruments using which you can speak a lot of English. And secondly, third quick tip is that you find a partner. You develop a partner. You say, all right, this is my university mate. These 2-3 guys will speak English every 1 hour, every day. And then you can watch. You enhance. You actually expand your contact hours. You could get to see, okay, I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to listen live music. I'm going to try some live music. I'll talk to people who speak English. We'll form some group. Or maybe I'll find one partner. You can also record your voice. And it's an amazing thing. Once you record your voice, speak for 5 flat minutes. After you have spoken for 5 flat minutes, you get to see, play yourself. Play your own voice and get to see what exactly is the thing that you have said right and what are the things that you have said wrong. Where you have pronounced words properly and where you have pronounced words incorrectly. And get to see what exactly is the flow of your talk. Watch for the pace of your talk. So pace, modulation, rise and fall, pronunciation, vocabulary, words, expression, phrases. All these things can be done after you record yourself. So we can have lots of such stuff, because you get to see, you can imitate your own, some speakers. I would advise you speak to the best speakers of the world. There have been so many powerful speakers in the world and the videos are available on YouTube. And you are a lucky generation because you have access to all these softwares, all these applications, all this technology. When I was learning English, I only had books in front of me and some people I could listen to live. I didn't have any technological assistance available to me. But still, see, I can speak English. I learned it. By the sheer willpower, by your passion, by your enthusiasm, by your burning desire, by your power of personality, by your determination, by your steely resolve. You can always learn. And these times are amazing, magical times. And remember, my dear friends, there's no magic pill, which I can just swallow a pill and I start speaking English. No. We need to push ourselves out of our comfort zones. We'll have to play a video. We'll have to make an effort. We'll have to find a partner. We'll have to get access to all those technological apps. We'll have to spare time. We'll have to devote time. We'll have to devote energy. We'll have to devote focus. We'll have to devote attention. We'll have to pay time. And it will start paying back. So much of it is in the head, as I said, but it just doesn't come out of mouth. And we need that breaking moment. We need that breakthrough. We need to get out of, shatter out of that fear. And we can defeat that fear by our willingness, by our power, by our determination. And I'm sure you are going to do that. I have immense big belief in you. All those of you are listening to me, I'm very sure I have a dream. Dream is the superior reality. I have a dream that someday all of you are gonna speak English very, very fluently. Fluency first, accuracy next. Don't try to speak correctly first. Just try to speak. In order to speak well, you need to speak. If you just don't speak, and the fear of speaking correctly and accurately, you never speak, my friends. So the trick is, the technique is, the strategy is, the way forward is, let us start speaking without really caring, regardless of the fact whether we are speaking correctly or incorrectly. Once we become fluent, accuracy will follow. Accuracy is a natural outcome of fluency. So let us put fluency first. Let us put speaking first and speaking well next. I thank you very much for your attentive listening.